Hi guys, I'm Daddy Freeze, convener of the Free the Sheeple movement and leader of the Free Nation in Christ. I greet you and I bring glad tidings. Um, while going on the internet, I saw a story that caught my eye. What Apostle Johnson Suleiman said about Sammy Okposo and how the church behaved. And I must address this. I'm not going to take too much time, but I'm just going to address some very cogent points. You see, the church has moved away from being a family to being a business. Let me tell you something here. Let's separate a family from a business. You are your father's son. If you were your father's employee in his business and you stole his money, you would be fired. But as a son, you cannot be fired from a family. Or what you will do to be fired or disowned from a family will have to be so grand. And I want you to join me tomorrow. I'm going to be teaching in our Sunday service, the human temple. It's a very important message that resonates with what the church has become today. It's really, really necessary that you join in and we'll discuss that. I'm on my way out. When I come back, a lot of people have been asking me to talk about Biodun Fatoyinbo and his he seems ailing. So we're going to talk about that, and I'm going to share my perspective on that. But right now, what we have before us is a comment Apostle Johnson Suleiman made about the late Sammy Okposo. May his soul rest in peace. Now, Sammy Okposo is someone that I was close to on and off. This year, when did his incident happen with that lady that said was pregnant? Sammy and I hadn't spoken for about 5 years, and it was my ex that caused it. I'm going to say it clearly. I have nothing to hide. My ex. Now, in all fairness, my ex and I did gossip about Sammy way back. And there were some things we said. But you see, the problem is when my ex went to give the report of the conversation, she edited her own part out and gave only my own part. So there was a day I was emceeing an event at the Muson Center, and Sammy was one of the artists. And I walked up to Sammy Okposo's car. He was driving an X6 then. I think it was white, if I remember clearly. And I was like, hey, Sammy, how far? Sammy, the look where Sammy give me, I just adjust myself. Begin mind my business, they go. You understand? So his wife, Ozioma now ran into me at where we're buying suya. This was like 2016. So I was like, Ozzy, what happened? I saw Sammy and I went to greet him as Ozzy was like, you're even lucky that Sammy did not jump at you. That what Sammy was told. So I'm saying this because that's what affected my relationship with Sammy, and I don't blame him if somebody comes and says, this person gossiped about you. You will not be the person's friend. So we weren't talking for about 5 years. Then the incident happened with the girl that got pregnant, and I came out and I spoke my mind. I was like, look, Sammy is a good guy. Let's not try to drown the good things he has done with this incident, And apparently Sammy heard the message and then called me. So we started talking again, and we're able to put everything behind us. I thank God for that. I thank God for the way that happened and the way we're able to patch, things. And then in August, Sammy just called me randomly. We exchanged pleasantries as usual, and then he needed a favor, which I tried to do, but I couldn't to the best of my abilities. And I always felt, man, how can we make this work, And sometimes I felt that maybe I didn't put my all. And then the next thing I heard that he had passed, I was so saddened. Saddened, first of all, because of the amount of years I lost. This same thing happened with another comedian. Luckily for me, me and this comedian used to be best friends. We used to be 5 and 6. The first time I ever went to the UK, the first time I ever in my life went to the UK to do our industry work, he carried me like this for body. Today, we have, if we see, we greet, but the relationship of, bros, how you did, my brother, I just buy car. The relationship of us moving together ended because my ex went to gossip what me and her gossiped to him and his wife. Funny thing is, the wife and I get along a little bit. We chat, we gist. I know I also offend. I don't want to go into that story, but there's something I'm trying to pick out. And the matter is not about me today. The matter is about what Apostle Suleiman said. But I can't remove my relationship with Sammy from it because I know Sammy. We know if you ever attended a certain church that I don't want to mention, you will know Sammy. Sammy could sing you into a spirit if that existed. And I lost that relationship. Me and Sammy were never buddies, but we had a healthy relationship. If he needed some, now there was a time, I don't know what happened between Sammy and my former boss. I was the one that was able to reconcile them. Hey, and then we had a fantastic experience that year. And then, so I'm also going to share my own experiences with why my relationship with Sammy went sour. Yes, I can never, me, I don't like to lie or to be a hypocrite. Yes, I did gossip. It was, but you see, it's like taste buds, and now you cannot tell me and taste buds not to gossip. You come and sit down with us, we'll gist with you, we'll drink with you, you go. Out of the conversation, taste buds say, did you notice this? Did you notice this? Is man and wife gossip. It is when taste buds now carries the gossip and go and takes it outside, that's where there's a problem. And then it is even worse when she edits what she says and say, so that's why you have to marry someone you can trust. You have to be with someone who can cover you even if you have flaws, instead of people that set verbal traps for you, waiting for you to fall inside so they can use it. I lost so many relations. That's why today, if you notice, Daddy Freeze is Daddy Freeze. I do my online work, I do my consultations, my interviews, my trading, I do my, what else is it that I do in my life? I run the church and the many issues the church has, focusing on our charities, and I'm a husband and father. I am no longer, you will not see me, entertainment people gather, you will not see me there. There are very few entertainers that will send me invite that I will even go. Some I don't go because I'm not available at that time. And let me shout out to people like Pretty Mike. Big shout out to you, Pretty Mike. It was your birthday the other day. I was supposed to come, but I was already on the plane on the way to the UK. People like Davido, of course. As much as I can, if it's possible, I'll attend, but I try to cut myself away from the entertainment industry because many of my relationships were ruined. And it was because of where I'm coming from. I don't know how I'm going to say this, that people will not say, oh, I'm trying to talk down my ex. No, we've got to talk about this. Oh, yes. Eventually, Sammy and I reconciled this year. Imagine Sammy and I had not reconciled and he passed on. Imagine the weight of guilt that I would have felt. Imagine how I would have felt if I could not at least have a conversation with Sammy. You understand? And Sammy was a good guy. You know, I don't want to go into his struggles because I don't know them. I'm not that close to him. But from where I'm sitting, from my vantage point, I can tell you Sammy was a good guy. He was a good guy that was Obi Kubanai. Obi is my brother. Obi. Unless he's not doing that thing in Lagos. If he does not invite me, he's in trouble, Seth. If I say Obi, you did something, I say my in-law. That's what he calls me. Say my in-law. You know. Obi is an amazing guy. But anyway, back to what I was saying. It saddened me, or saddens me, that Apostle Suleiman was talking to me in that. Let me say what he said. He said, I want to read his post to you guys. He said, now they post his pictures, but never reached out in his trying times. He told me what pastors did to him, and we both wept. Love has left the church. We have more lawyers who are ready to judge than intercessors ready to restore. Rest in power, my brother, you conquered. In as much as many people don't like Apostle Suleiman, there's some truth and some love in Apostle Suleiman that is rare. It is rare. You see, if I had problem today, I can run to Apostle Suleiman. I pray that I don't ever have problem or don't ever fall into that situation. But you see, and that doesn't mean because I'm Daddy Freeze. It can happen to anybody. He'll open his door to you. You know, Sammy and I never really started. But you see, I know body. That's what Yoruba people say. I know body language. You could feel the pain in Sammy's voice when we talked about church. You know, you could feel that, and the church abandoned me too. Luckily for me, my problem was not plenty, so I was able to pick myself up and, okay, you people don't want to accept me. I will go and start my own church, and that's how we had a very big gathering in the UK, and we have a very big gathering, and we have moved on from where the church is now. We left there 5 years ago. But you see, let me tell you something about the church system that has become a business. It will always use you the way you use an orange. You will throw away the peel. It's useless to you. You will throw away the seeds. It's useless to you. You will eat the pulp and squeeze out the juice. And when you are done, some will even try and open the orange and eat the fiber. Most people, as they don't finish. That's what the church does to you. I interviewed somebody here the other day, a young man who was a producer for a popular gospel musician, and he told us his experience with a gospel musician, and I was saddened. I'm like, if the gospel industry is this bad, how dare we call another industry secular or worldly? Until the church starts becoming a family again and moves away from the business module. I'm not saying churches cannot do business, church members cannot do business together. I'm not saying pastors cannot promote or establish businesses. But as long as your members are not your family, what you are running is a business empire. Somebody said to me, Daddy Freeze, this Gio is my father in the Lord. I said, have you ever entered his bedroom? I can call all my children now and line them up for you. The one that makes my bed will make my bed. The one that sweeps my floor will sweep my floor. I was traveling. I opened a packet of fresh milk. It cannot last more than 3 days. I just called my daughter. I said, you like fresh milk? There's one full packet. I just took a little out of it in my fridge. Take it. There are things in my fridge. I opened juice too. I said, take the juice. Can you take juice from your spiritual father's fridge? I'm asking you. If you cannot enter your spiritual father's bedroom and take juice, he is not your spiritual father. I am not spiritual father to anybody in the free nation. That's why they cannot enter my bedroom and take juice. I am their teacher. Your teacher in school, he teaches you. He's not your papa. No, be your papa now. Hello. So instead of you developing a father and omoale relationship, encourage a teacher and student relationship. It's healthier. Hello. Instead of encouraging a father, when you know that you are not these people's father, you'll be driving Rolls Royce. They'll be riding Okada beside you, or Marwa, or using leg. We need to start getting the church to become a family again. The church, the family of the brethren. If you read Acts chapter 4, if you read from verse 32, they shared everything they had. Those who gave. Those who didn't have, received. Do you know I fought with myself throughout yesterday over this Sammy? I said I wasn't going to talk about Sammy. I said, nah, let me just put up a post and just move. And you know, life can be so funny. When David lost his son, I'm sure Sammy must have heard and was sad. Hey, what could have happened? Now, Sammy don't go. Another set of people, they say, this life na turn by turn. Oh. May we beg Baba God for long life. Make He not cut us down in our prime. May they not say, for us too. Oh. There's so many things I struggle with. As leader of a church too, I struggle with many things. It's not easy to run a church. There are some people who join your church from day one. All they want is how you are going to help them. And it gets tiring. It gets tiring. You will find out that if you have 10 people in a church, if you are not careful, you'll be solving the same set of people's problem year in, year out. Now, they don't turn your problem. And it gets tiring. And I want to try to disabuse the minds of people in that regard. Because you attend a church does not mean the church will solve your problems. Some people call you, and sometimes I feel bad about it. A lady called me, oh, Daddy Freeze, my child is sick. Before, hey, my child is sick, how much do you need? I'll quickly go and look for money. Send now, your child is sick, okay. Take the child to the hospital. I will pay into the hospital account. 10 people, only 7 will go to the hospital. There was one particular lady I raised $500,000 for. That time when dollar was like 300 naira, we raised $500,000 was almost $2,000 for her and her husband. After that, I raised more. It was just a raise more money. They come, they give you a problem, they go. 6 months later, or 1 year later, or 2 years, they come again. It's another problem. It's not like, Daddy Freeze, you solved my problem. Now I've worked. I want to bring a bag of corn for you. No. You have solved our last problem. We've left you to recoup. We are back again with another problem. So she came back again, and this time she said, that there's one guy who needs money, that the guy go buy. If we don't bring money, the guy go buy. I sit down and look and say, the guy go buy. Where I know this guy from? He go buy be that. I don't know him from anywhere. Don't emotionally blackmail me and twist me. Go buy, be that. Okay. She now said, no, Daddy Freeze, you can't let this guy buy. I said, okay, he will not buy. All right, good. Go to the hospital. What this guy needs, send me a bill. Send me this guy, what is wrong with this guy. Let a doctor minute on it and give me the bill. And give me the hospital account. I will pay for it. Of course, when we are done paying for it, we'll put 50,000 or 20,000 as your case maybe, or 10,000 in your hand to be entering transport to go and be receiving the treatment. You understand? But we will not give you 1 million naira or 500,000 naira. We've done that before in the past and it has been fruitless. I said, go and do x-ray. Go and do all the things the hospital needs. Send it to me. Yes, you are doing x-ray, send me. We need 5,600 naira for x-ray. I will pay into that x-ray account. She never came back. They need money, they need money, they need money. You know, sometimes, let me tell you how sad this is. You have somebody, let's imagine Vidoma needs money. Sister Sharon said she witnessed so many. Now, Sister Sharon wants to help Vidoma get money from Daddy Freeze. Do you know that if I get 1.5 million for Vidoma, Sister Sharon will collect like 100K? It's a racket in the church. As in, they will come with a genuine charity case. But attached to the charity case are people that, so they will inflate. It's like government project. They need 800K. They will come and tell you 1.5 million. Inside that 1.5 million, now me carry you go meet Daddy Freeze, I'll collect 50K. This person collect 20K. Do you know Benaiah told me a story? Not Benaiah, Benaiah's dad. What saved me, Sister Sharon was here. They were all followed me with the transparency. Benaiah follow why we go open church account. He said that all those broadcasters that helped him, they all came for a cut. One person demanded as much as 12 million naira. On top sick person money. So when people come and tell me about pastors and say the pastors are wicked, because not only Christ, they're born as Christ too. Everybody else, they born you, they give you a name, they say your name is Wale, or they say your name is Tunde or Paul. Now you become pastor. You're ready. Okay, I'm also ready too. So you become what you become as a product of the nurture and the nature of the society you are raised in. As they born you inside the society they raise you. That's why Nigerians will come and be crying that the government in Canada is better than the government in Nigeria. Is the government in Canada run by Nigerians? It's run by Canadians. The government in Accra, in Ghana, is run by Ghanaians. The government in Aso Rock, it is not run by Zimbabweans or Mexicans. It's run by you. You wait you sick person thief. How they can't give you opportunity to be Buhari, thief one whole country? Think about it. Someone said, was the acid girl a lie? The acid girl was not a lie. But so much was shrouded in the controversies. So many controversies inside that. I was just discussing with Tastebots, and I'll announce what we are going to do next week. We raised 1.650, 1,650,000 naira, and I'm going to announce what we are going to do with it concerning her story. So you see, the pastors are a product of the people, and the people are a product of the people. So thief don't turn pastor to thief. Just the way thief don't turn politician to other thieves. The reason why you are angry that Buhari is leading is not because you don't like this what he's doing. It's because it's not your father that is leading. The moment your father leads, you go begin defend and say, eh. So the church has shown us, because we're not taught love. The essence of Christian teaching is love. We were not taught love. We were taught religion. And religion cannot create love. It couldn't. Sacrifice is what creates love. Christ created love through the sacrifice of his demise on the cross. So until the church goes back to that formula, and I don't see this church is business. You build 100,000 seater stadium. Wait, see how you want to take fund them. Not today sing, they give the people they go now. That's they tell them waiting in 1 year. You know if you tell them truth. The reason why Daddy Freeze can tell you the truth is that the Freeze does not rely on you for his feeding. When was the last time any one of you sent me a package of money? Say, Daddy Freeze, my priest, my pastor, you are the one that teaches me gospel. Take this money in your account. When was the last time? When? I can say for the last 3-4 months, or maybe 3 months. May God forgive me, just in case somebody has sent. Nobody has sent me anything personal. Daddy Freeze, I love you so much. Oh, just appreciation, maybe by 2-3 months ago. So if I was waiting for people to survive, nobody die, I go don't die. That's why I can preach you the truth. Because I don't need you to survive. So I can afford. There are some people who cannot afford to tell you the truth. Because if they tell you the truth, they will go hungry. And that still goes back to the problem in the church. The church is not a family anymore. It is a business. And it must be run as a business. You can't run a business like a family. And you can't run a family like a business. My advice is, let's take the model back to the family. Where people like Sammy Okposo will not feel left out because they have used the better parts of their years and left them. Yeah, hello. 81 gate. Oh yeah, tete ma bo afe jade o. Mon said code yen sin. Samuel is at the gate. If those things he bought the other time were all fake, so I told him to go and change them, so he has brought them back. So yeah, darling. So let's just give him 10 minutes to come and go and we leave. Baby Freeze, how are you?
Yes, Daddy.
The last time they saw you were in church in London. Come and say hi to them here. Don't wound my wife for me, oh, I beg you. Come, he took a step on people. Yeah, come. There was one dinner we went to. Baby Free stepped on me 25 times. How many times did you step on me?
There was kick.
How many times did you kick me? Come and say hello to everybody. Say hello to them.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Tell them you love them.
I love you.
How was your experience in church the last time?
It was good.
How was it good? It was amazing.
It was amazing.
Are you sure? What did you learn in church that day? I say one thing you learned.
That
Calm down.
a building.
That you don't need a building. Oh, yeah, say hi to everybody. Okay. This is TikTok. Say hello, TikTok.
Hello, TikTok.
This
hello,
is
Instagram. Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube.
YouTube. Ah, you know everybody. But it's sharp, Jew. This your shirt is very nice. Where did you get it from?
My wardrobe.
Your wardrobe. Who put it in your wardrobe? How did you put it in your wardrobe? It's not your mother. Say thank you to your mother for buying you nice clothes. You know? So we need to go back to the formula where we are the church. Now, the problem with the church model business is Chetiri. Oye Mabo. The problem with the church business formula is the fact that they don't pay taxes. Every business in Nigeria, big or small, they go whine your blockers for taxes. But church, so we need to go back to the formula where church is church, business is business. Church, you can't run a church if you are not family. You've got to go back to that formula. I'm picking and choosing my words very carefully. I'm waiting for somebody's coming to work in my house, so when he comes, I have to leave the live. But before then, no, it's just going to take 5 minutes just installing, and it's almost here. So you see, let us look at what really is happening with the church system today, and let's learn.